Have you ever been in a room full of people, laughter echoing, heads nodding, conversations flowing, when suddenly someone says something that stops you cold? Not because it's profound, but because it's hollow. In that moment, something inside you recoils. Not from offense, but from recognition. You've just witnessed the subtle fracture between genuine intelligence and its performance. This video isn't about grand theories or intellectual gymnastics. It's about the everyday phrases we use often without thinking that quietly shape our lives, our relationships, and our inner evolution. Words that seem harmless until you realize they're holding you back. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Illusion of Knowing. There's a peculiar kind of arrogance that hides behind certainty. You've heard it before. I know everything about this. But the moment someone says that, you instinctively know they don't. True mastery doesn't shout. It listens. It questions. It doubts. The deeper you go into any field, science, art, philosophy, the more you realize how little you truly grasp. Socrates didn't claim wisdom. He claimed ignorance. And that humility is what made him wise. I once worked with a man, let's call him David. Brilliant, fast-thinking, confident. But somewhere along the way, he stopped asking questions. He stopped learning. Every suggestion was met with, "I already know what works." And slowly, his brilliance dimmed. Not because he lacked talent, but because he built walls out of his own certainty. The moment we say, "I know," we close the door to growth. But when we say, "I want to understand," we open the universe. Chapter 2. The Cage of Identity. That's just who I am. 5 words. One invisible prison. We use them to defend ourselves, to avoid change, to justify habits that no longer serve us. I'm blunt. It's just my personality. I'm always late. It's how I've always been. But behind these phrases lies fear. Fear of transformation. Fear of accountability. We are not fixed beings. We are fluid, evolving, capable of reinvention. To say, "It's my nature," is to surrender the divine gift of growth. You are not your habits. You are your choices. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." So why cling to the idea that you're unchangeable when every sunrise offers a new beginning? Authenticity isn't defending your flaws. It's recognizing them and choosing to rise above. Chapter 3. The Velvet Dagger. No offense, but you already know what's coming. A verbal dagger wrapped in silk. We call it honesty. But often it's just emotional laziness. True honesty isn't brutal. It's thoughtful. It's kind. Before you speak, ask yourself, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If the answer to any of these is no, then silence is the higher road. Words leave marks. Even when they don't draw blood, they carve into memory. Real courage isn't saying whatever comes to mind. It's choosing your words with intention. Chapter 4. The Mask of Virtue. I'm just being honest. How many hearts have been broken by that phrase? How many bridges burned? It sounds noble, but often it's ego dressed as virtue. Honesty isn't a weapon. It's an art, and like any art, it requires discipline. You can speak truth in 1,000 ways, but if your truth doesn't build, it destroys. Brutal honesty isn't bravery. It's a lack of emotional refinement. The real strength lies in timing, tone, and purpose. Speak when it heals, not when it harms. Chapter 5. The Escape Hatch. It's not my fault. The moment we say it, we hand over our power. Blame is seductive. It absolves us, but it also paralyzes us. Epictetus divided life into 2 realms, what we control and what we don't. Events out of our hands, our response entirely ours. Growth begins when we stop pointing fingers and start asking, what can I learn from this? Responsibility isn't a burden. It's the birthplace of freedom. Chapter 6. The Loud Silence. I don't care what people think. Really? Then why say it? those who repeat it most, are often the ones most consumed by others' opinions. True detachment doesn't need to be announced. It's quiet. It's lived. Wise people don't ignore feedback. They filter it. They listen to what builds and discard what distracts. When you live by your values, you don't need to shout your independence. Your peace speaks for itself. Chapter 7. The Fear of Being Wrong. I never make mistakes. The most dangerous phrase of all. Mistakes are not failures. They are teachers. To deny error is to deny growth. To embrace it is to evolve. I once met a woman who celebrated her mistakes. She kept a journal not of achievements, but of missteps. Each entry was a lesson, each lesson a step toward wisdom. Mark Aurelius said, "If someone can prove me wrong, I'll be grateful." That's not weakness, that's greatness. Conclusion. All these phrases have one thing in common. They protect the ego, but they betray the soul. They say, "I've arrived," but wisdom whispers, "I'm still learning." Before you speak, pause, breathe, observe. Between your lips lies the power to build, or to break, to evolve, or to stagnate. Silence is not emptiness. It's space. Space for reflection. Space for truth. Wisdom isn't a destination. It's a direction. And every word you choose, spoken or withheld, shapes the path your soul will walk. If you want to speak with clarity, listen with depth, and understand before you judge, then walk slowly. With humility, because real strength isn't in being right. It's in knowing when to be quiet. And sometimes, silence is the most powerful truth you can offer.